Hey guys, it's Tia. I'm finally back with a new video and it's my travel vlog. So this summer I got to go to a lot of awesome places and I can't wait to show you what I've been doing. So I got to go to Japan, I also got to go back home to Indonesia, visit my family, and I also got to go to South Korea for the very first time. So there's a lot to get into and I can't wait to get started. So my trip starts out on the plane on the way to Japan. We had a 9-hour layover before getting to Indonesia, so my mom and I decided that we were going to go to Harajuku and explore the area. So we hopped on the train. It was great weather. It was pretty hot that day, but honestly, if it's not raining, I'm good. We get there and the first thing I have to do is get to a cat cafe. This cafe was right outside the station. It was super cute. It was so aesthetic. There were so many freaking cats. I've never been to a cat cafe before, and as someone who's obsessed with cats, I was really sad last time I was in Japan to not go to one, so I made it top priority when I came. And this cafe was so cute. There was this awesome tree in the middle where the cats could sit and run up, and it was adorable. This particular one was actually pretty cheap. I think it was $7 or $8 for 10 minutes in there. I'll put the info down in the description below. It was great and I would highly recommend cat lovers to go there. After the cafe, we headed out onto the street. There was tons and tons of people. It was really hot that day, and we decided to go shopping. These are freaking cute, y'all. So we are in Harajuku. Yeah. So it's very humid. It's very humid. At this point of the day, we were tired, we walked, it was hot, so we wanted to get some food and we got some takoyaki. It was delicious. It was my first time ever having it, and yeah, I really loved it, and I really want to learn how to make it because I need this in my life. Good? So we have 2 hours to kill, so we're here at this shrine that we found by the station. It's very beautiful, very tranquil. This shrine was so beautiful and it was such a wonderful way to wrap up our time in Japan. After this, we were on the plane and off to Indonesia. Usually I come to Indonesia and I stay for about a month, but because I was off to Korea, I was only here for about 2 weeks, so I spent most of my time hanging out with my family, and that's why I don't have a ton of clips of what we did, but this is actually pretty funny. It's a conversation between my cousin and I about vlogging in public because he was really embarrassed.
Gini ya, kayak gini kan, kalau udah benar, udah record lagi.
Hard.
Langsung mesti dinyala vlognya.
We played a lot of billiards while I was in Indonesia this year, and it was kind of weird because I've never played before since this trip. This clip is actually my first time playing, and I was killing it. But I think it was only beginner's luck because after this game, every single other game I lost, so whatever, in my mind, I'll always be a pro. My family and I also went to Museum Macan, which is a new modern art museum in Jakarta. There was this cool room with a bunch of stickers everywhere. I don't know, I thought it was pretty aesthetic and pretty dope. So we took photos in there, and then we also went into the Infinity Room, but I couldn't take video because they wouldn't let my camera in there. They actually wouldn't let my camera in the museum in general, but we snuck it into the sticker room, so you're welcome. A few days later, I had my stuff packed and I was off to Korea. So I've made it to Busan. I stayed with my cousin, who graciously let me stay with her in her tiny little apartment, and she took me everywhere. We went to the beach, we went to Haeundae, we went to so many good restaurants, and she was just so sweet, and she really thought about what I wanted to go do, and it was such a wonderful trip, honestly. I'm so excited to show you guys what I did in Korea. One of the things we did do a lot was go to super cute cafes, so we went to one in Busan. It took us a while to get there because neighbor got us lost, but we finally made it, and it was gorgeous. It was really high up, so you could see all of the landscape across, and it was beautiful. The food was delicious, and we just honestly had some drinks and a little cake, but it was so good. And look at this cute straw, it looks like a heart. Then it was time for Korean barbecue. I seriously have never had Korean barbecue, even in the States, so I'm very lucky to have my first experience with it in Korea. So it was awesome. She invited more of her friends to come visit, and we all had dinner together. I got to cook some of the meat myself, which was really cool, and my first time eating it was a bit of a struggle. I didn't realize you were supposed to put the whole thing in your mouth, and I ended up just looking really stupid, but enjoy me looking really dumb trying to eat Korean barbecue for the first time. After a few days in Busan, my cousin, me, and two of her friends hopped on the bus and were headed off to Seoul. It took about 4 hours to get there, and once we got there, we just did some light shopping. We went to the KakaoTalk store, we also went and visited the Line store, and it was just so cute. I'm really obsessed with BTS, so the Line store also had a BT21 section, so I was living my K-pop fantasy. After that, we went to the Ryan Cafe to grab some snacks, and everything was so cute. Ryan was literally everywhere, from these big statues to the light on our table, and even our little buzzer thing had a picture of him on it. It was adorable. We ended up getting, I think like some sort of chocolatey drink, I don't really remember, but it was so cute, and we got like a little cheesecake and a little macaroon with his face on it. It was everything. The bus then dropped us off at deoksugung Palace, and I was really excited to finally get to see a traditional Korean palace, and this one was awesome. And the architecture was really cool because it was a mixture between Korean style and Western style. And it was really crazy and very, very drastic because when we were inside of the palace, you know, obviously you could see the Korean style architecture, but when you walked out, I kind of thought we were at a whole different place because the building was very Western and it kind of reminded me of like Roman style building, but it was actually the way that the architect had made it back when this palace was first created. The next day, we visited ewha's Women's University, and it was absolutely gorgeous. I actually didn't even know it was a school when we got there at first. My cousin told me it was a university, and I was thinking, dang, like this is such a nice place to go to university. We took tons of cute pictures because there was like these really aesthetic steps, so we had to take some pictures. We also visited a really aesthetic cafe, and it had all these green plants everywhere and just really big open glass windows, so there was light filtering through. It was such a great place to just stop and hang out for a while before we moved on to our next spot. To finish off our lovely evening, we decided to get some ramyeon and eat by the Han River. It was so gorgeous. It was a really gorgeous night. And on our way back, we actually got lost. We couldn't figure out where our bus station was to get back to our guest house, so we ended up walking the entire expressway on top of the Han River. That 1.5 kilometers, yeah, we walked that whole thing just because we couldn't find a bus station. So you can probably imagine how friggin' excited we were to get back to our guest house. This is the guest house that we stayed at for all 3 days we were in Seoul. It was so cute. You can see there's like a little breakfast nook, and these are the people that took care of us while we were here. So we were able to make our own breakfast every morning and free of charge, like toast and eggs and whatever was in the fridge, so that was really nice. This is a little clip of me putting on my slippers before I get into the guest house. So this was the bathroom. It was really clean, super minimalist design. I was obsessed. This place was really, really nice to stay. There was another shower down the hall and some more bedrooms for other guests to stay. There was some more guests upstairs as well, but it didn't feel like there was like tons of people. I couldn't really hear them, and we only saw a few guests during breakfast when we went down in the morning. So yeah, this is our room. It was really cute. We got some storage area as well as 4 beds total, 2 bunk beds. And there was even a little balcony attached to the room, which was really cool. Bye, beautiful hotel. After saying our goodbyes, we hopped on the bus and were headed off to Myeongdong to do some makeup shopping. all of our shopping, we headed out to the Seoul Global Cultural Center, which is in Myeongdong. It's very, very close to where we were shopping, and I got to try on some hanboks. It was really fun. It was free, so if you want to go down and try it out, you get 10 minutes for free just to like take pictures and video and do whatever you want, and it was so much fun. I'd highly recommend it. And then we were back in Busan. I had a few more days left in Korea and we decided to head back. So we got some ramyeon at this little mini mart by my cousin's one room. I got some cheesy ramen, which I have been craving for the longest time. I can't seem to find it in the States. I've only ever had it once here. So if you guys know where they sell it, please let me know in the comments below because I'm obsessed. So yeah, we just got some ramyeon. My cousin, of course, got the A-peach one because she is obsessed with A-peach. And we just like laughed and talked about our travels and talked about everything, and it was so nice.
Oh my god.
And I'm turning up the... Oh my god, my cousin is crazy. Our whole family is honestly crazy, and when you meet the two of us together, like, our personalities are quite similar, so we've been that way since we were kids. I don't know, I love her. She's like my sister that I never had. And yeah, we headed back to her one room to do some face masks and just relax, spill some tea, and finish off my Korea trip on a very fun and light note. After my very adventurous 7 days in Korea, I was back on a plane and on my way home to Indonesia again. So I came back and we visited Sentul, actually the very next day that I got off of the plane. It was so gorgeous. It was obviously super hot. It's never not hot in Indonesia, but we went and it was really gorgeous. We got to take some really beautiful photos and ate in this really, really cool cafe that was really high up and you could see all of the mountains. It was awesome. And we also went to this pine forest and took pictures in these like cool hammocks. It was terrifying getting all the way to the top, but the pictures were cool, so I guess it was worth it. And that's pretty much my trip. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys really enjoyed. And if you did, make sure to leave a comment, give it a like, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!